Being a man's first bad is way deeper than what y'all be making it out to be. When I hear that now, I have a whole new respect for that because being a man's first bad bitch really is not for the weak. And I'm not just talking about looks, but mentally, when you know who the fuck you are, that makes you a bad bitch. When you don't let nobody play with you, play on your time, and playing your energy, that makes you a bad bitch. So when you are a man's first bad bitch, as in, nigga, you go get your ass in here, sit down and act the fuck right, or you gonna get left. When you're a man's first one of those, baby, they don't know what to do with you. When I tell y'all, like, have you ever talked to a man that you dated and they tell you about past dating experiences and you realize mid conversation, oh yeah, this nigga, he ain't gonna know what to do with my program. He ain't gonna know what to do with my program because I don't play that shit. I've talked to men that'll tell me the craziest stories about shit that women have done for them in the past, like taking charges for them or getting stuff put in their name for them or just all types of stuff. And then when I'm sitting there listening to that, I'm like, yeah, this probably ain't gonna work out. You know why it's not gonna work out? Because if you're coming from that, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing for me, especially because of the fact that most of the time men who even let women take charges for them, put stuff in their name, pay their bills, do this, do that, do all kinds of crazy stuff like that. If a man even lets a woman do that, that's because that's just the type of man he is, and he expects a woman to take care of him. He expects a woman to be stupid for him. He expects a woman to be boo-foo to foo for him. And you really gonna be pulling teeth trying to get that man to change because he's so used to women that act stupid over him, that ain't got no motherfucking brains. Okay, they're not using their brain when he's around, and not in the good way. Not in the good way where you get to shut your brain off and let him take the wheel. The nigga go take the wheel and drive both y'all into a motherfucking ditch. So being a man's first bad bitch, like, it's way deeper than looks. Being a man's first bad bitch that has a brain and don't play that shit, now that's tough.
And this is why you're taken, right? This is why you probably are married, right? Have a boyfriend, right? Because right now it sounds like you were saying that you are the catch. Sounds like you're the woman that men should be fighting over. And let's just keep it a bean. You are not. You're not, right? Especially with the video that we're about to see after this. Man, you are not a catch. You are not a bad bee. Because here's the thing, right? This is your TikTok logic, right? This is your TikTok female language. They want to sit here and say, oh, well, you know, a bad bee is now a woman who has a mindset, a woman who knows her value. Because at first we already know, we know what it meant, right? We know what it means. It's about looks. It was your bougie sisters that was all about materialism and materialistic things, saying that they're bad bees, right? And now because you have ugly women, right? And let's just keep it a bean. She is between a 4, maybe a 5. And here's the thing, right? And I'm not even going to say a 4, a 5, a 6, and damn sure 6 is not ugly, right? But a 5, a 4, he might be on the fugly side, right? And she's on the little fugly side. But when you then add this TikTok video and add her character, it's just like, come on, bro, dog, that shit you down to a 3. Big facts. But because you look that way and you're saying, hey, well, listen, we all can't look bad. We all can't be really bad. So guess what? Now we're gonna say it's about our mindset, and it's like, man, your mindset is still a 2. So it's just like, bro, you still only make 5. You still can only get up to a 5. Your mindset is a 2 and your looks is a 3. You can only get up to a 5. That's wild. But you know, me personally, she seems like she is a sister of Rhoda Osman, the brick lady, the one who decided to say, hey, well, listen, these men are the ones, man, who allowed another man to throw a brick at my head. And come to find out, it was all a lie. And guess what the sisters were saying? I bet you she was the same one in the comments. Yo, these brothers are this, these brothers are that. But you know what's so funny? Look at the video she made about giving your brothers grace, giving men grace.
I feel like it's so important as women to listen to other women when they say don't do something, okay? And I'm sorry, but Any woman that's telling you to give a man grace, to be patient with a man, to be understanding of a man's situation, cancel all that shit out. Cancel all that noise. You should never be understanding of a man. You should never be giving a man grace. You should never be trying to help build a man up. And I've heard this so many times, but it never really strikes you how self-centered men are until you're deep in some shit that they put you in, that you let them put you in, and they're literally looking out for themselves and watching their own backs. Y'all have to stop taking it so lightly when you do things for men, when you're spending money on them, when you're helping them, when you're letting them move into your place, when you're letting them drive your car. I've done those things when I was 20 some years old. Don't do it. They do not care about, nobody cares about anything that they didn't have to work for. People do not care about things that they didn't have to work for. So if you're just willy-nilly doing all of this thing to make a man's life easier, the only thing that he's doing is making your life harder. You have to think about the other end of it. If you're making his life easier, 9 times out of 10, he's making your life harder. We gotta wake up, because this shit is like literally scary. And being a woman, it's just like you really don't realize, because there's so much contradicting things. Like, there's so many people out here that's like, oh, you gotta have some patience with men. You gotta do this and that. And then there's other content that's like on the other extreme side, like, let a man hang out to dry. Let that man figure it out by himself. Whatever he got going on, let him figure it out by himself. He got baby mama drama, let him figure it out by himself. And I know this might sound crazy, not even just the men that you're dating, but the men in your family. Let their ass figure it out for themselves too, because 9 times out of 10, they are the reason that they're in the situation that they're in, and they can figure it out on their own. These men are not innocent, okay? They're not innocent, and they're not dumb. Men from a small age know what to say and do to try to get their way. You have to know that men will do anything. Boys and men will do anything to have their way, okay? They'll say what they need to say. They'll act how they need to act. They're soft in their voice. They'll play the victim role, okay? So just get that wrapped around your mind. Stop helping men in general. And I used to personally think, like, that's crazy. They're human too. Nah, fuck that. Because at the end of the day, they really are self-centered. And that's fine. Y'all can have it. But if men are male-centered and women are male-centered, y'all see how the math not mathing? If men only care about themselves and women care about men, y'all see how the math not mathing? Because the women got to care about the man, the women got to care about the children, the women got to care about the household. No.
I was raised in a broken and abusive household.
This chicken is cold.
When I turned 17, I ran away to Hong Kong, where I met Triad boss Kenny Wu, my first love.
Bitch, this chicken is cold.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Now, guys, understand, she is going to be the same one that will shame men who refuse to date single mothers. She will be the same woman that shame men who refuse to date women who has a wild past. Like, I mean, what? Like, but you don't want to give men grace, and once again, they're so vague with it. And they're always trying to hint at Pookies and Ray Rays, the same men that we tell these women to stay away from. But hey, well, it's my body, my choice. You can't tell me who I can deal with. Okay, well, go ahead and go deal with what you want to go deal with, and then you get the bad outcome and results, and then you end up creating these bird brains that jump on TikTok to go ahead and make up stories and just play victim. Once again, guys, I mean, these are the same women that say they have the most degrees, they're the most educated, they mature faster than men, but yeah, they always come on here with the same problems and the same issues. I mean, my goodness. But understand, this is your modern day black feminist. Now, people, we just did a video on a TikTok where a woman was saying, hey, well, guys, listen. I done sat over here and then had a conversation with certain women, and they told me, listen, getting married ain't even the best thing to do as a woman. Getting married is not the best thing to do. And what did I say, guys? I said, you know what? Who is she getting her advice from? Once again, this is who she is getting her advice from.
As a girlie that used to idolize marriage, I'm telling y'all right now, the best thing I could have done was start talking to other women. Because, baby, it is not at all what I thought it was. Especially motherhood. Oh, I thought he was cute. I was trying to get them eggs cracked. I was trying to be Destiny's Child catered to you. And to be real with you, when the women started talking, my eyes started opening up and so did my ears. And one thing that I've noticed is that the level of sacrifice and just servitude that comes with being someone's wife and someone's mom, I thought I knew what that was and I thought it was right. You know, I thought that it was just normal.
Hey, ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit, man.
Once again, guys, it's just sad because we're literally just watching the destruction of the nuclear family, the destruction of our society, all because of your sisters, all because of women just like this. Not all of our sisters are bad. Not all of our sisters are loose and delusional like these women. But here's the thing, right? The bad outweighs the good in this situation. I hate to say it. But me personally, this sister definitely deserves the Conquest special. Like, why even have sisters like this in the community? Like, I mean, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. But, I mean, look, guys, do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Till the next one.